Hey, it's John at That Animal Garage. Just wanted to give you an update as far as where the truck's at. Pretty much I've been driving it, but I don't know, maybe 1,500 miles on it so far. This winter I did a couple upgrades. I think you saw the windshield wipers and a few other things. So one of the last little projects that I was doing, actually getting ready for a hot rod power tour here in like 5 days or 6 days, was a steering wheel that I wanted to do. I hate the Vic steering wheel. I think it's just ugly as sin. There really aren't any aftermarket ones, so I thought, again, what the hell, why not make something myself? So I'll show you where I'm at and what I did so far. So basically the first thing was needing to make an adapter. So we'll kind of take a look at this and go from there. So what we ended up doing is, on the original wheel, this hub is basically a steel hub that's either cast in or they press it into the Vic wheel. So we cut that out and turned it down to a diameter. And basically you can see, where we pressed it in, because this has a double D on the shaft, which, obviously to fit on the Vic column, you got to have that. So then the big window is for the wiring harness to pass through on the clock spring, and then obviously the 3 mounting holes. So what I ended up using is a piece of 6-inch diameter, and this is 1 1/4 thick. I actually got it on Amazon for like $18. So this big diameter is about 5-inch, and it's down, I want to say 3/4 of an inch of the thickness. So with this set up like this, if we look at the truck, see if I can do this and hold the camera. So basically, this might not be so easy. Let's see what I can do here. I'm going to try this and see if that actually shows what's going on. I don't want to touch these wires together because that's the horn. I've got that as well. So basically, shit, that's backwards. It's got to go like this. Alright. So with the wiring passed through, and then it fits over the clock spring. Now we did end up, the one big thing is make sure your orientation of your double D with your window is square. We were off here a little bit, so I ended up having to go in and widening the opening a little bit, but you can see that it passes through, and then from the side it basically sits over the whole clock spring. So moving back to the wheel, so I had an old BBS wheel that I just been sitting around from a place I used to work, did some race car stuff, so I had this wheel. So basically what I've done on that, as you can see, tapping those 3 holes and a little bit of the clearancing for that. So what'll end up happening, you bolt the adapter onto the back of the wheel, then slide the whole thing on, use the existing screw to hold it onto the shaft. So now you can see you got the wheel on. I made up just a little, I got a little horn button off of Amazon for like $6, I think it was. So just wired that hot and cold on that and got a horn. So I kind of did a little 2-tone color just for something different, but I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. Some people probably won't like it, but that's fine. It is a little, I think one guy posted on, I can't remember which site it was, if it was Frame Swap or on Hot Rod, about it. It looks a little donk, but I don't know. I mean, like I said, as far as the wheel, I had a piece of like cabinet grade 3/4 inch plywood, so I just got out the router and made myself a little circle template, and then just got that epoxied on with some Gorilla Glue epoxy, so that'll never come off. And I think it kind of finishes up the interior. I did got all new rubbers and window felts and division bar and all that in. The last thing I got to do is just get the back window seal put in, so that's it's going to happen today. And then yeah, I ended up getting the Vic rubber mat back in. I took my old fender cover Summit that I was using for floor mats and just kind of cut them down so they fit in there. As you can see, I added the console out of the Vic, and then I took the third brake light just because it was laying around, and I've got a for a radio, just a like a Sony, not a, whatever you call the speakers that they have. So I cut it out, put it in there. I'm going to wire it so the light will come on. For my HVAC stuff, I just took a couple of the old Vic vents and bolted on there. Got ice cold air now. Took some of the old knobs and just put it on there. You know, it's a little cheesy, but what the hell? I don't care. I'm not spending any money where I don't have to. So other than that, she's ready for the tour. I did finish up in the back here. I think I showed some pictures, but again, use the gas shocks from the deck lid. Got, you know, so you can't see all of it. I've actually started loading some stuff up. But I got a jack in there, jumper cables. Gonna have an old toolbox. But basically, this is all closed in, and I put a lock on here, so I can at least key it, you know, shut. It's not watertight or anything like that, obviously, but at least making use of what's back there, and I can at least lock some stuff in there. So that's really about it. Like I said, just trying to do the final touches. I did end up going to a smaller tire on the front because I was having some rubbing issues. So these are 215/50 17s. Probably could have went away with a 215/55, but it did actually drop the truck down another 3/4 of an inch because it's a shorter sidewall tire. But I still think it fits in there okay. It looks all right. And again, I don't like having the rubbing. I always just, I don't know, never was a big fan of that. So anyway, that's pretty much the end of it. I don't see any other major things happening here unless something goes wrong. So we'll see how this 2,000 or 2,500 mile trip goes. Should be a breeze. I'm hoping everything's all ready to roll. So anyway, that is it from Dead Animal Garage.